Elon Musk has finally unveiled an incredible new version of the famous Warthog. Known for its toughness and power, this aircraft just received a better upgrade that's capturing attention all over the world. Packed with advanced technology and firepower, the new Super A-10 is designed to be faster, stronger, and more unstoppable than ever. But what exactly makes this upgraded Warthog so special? And how will it change the game in air combat? Join us as we explore the upgraded features of Musk's brand new Super A-10 Warthog that's set to rule the skies. Although it might sound surprising, the idea of Elon Musk upgrading the mighty A-10 Warthog is thrilling to imagine. He hasn't officially announced plans to transform this legendary aircraft, yet just thinking about what he could do with it sparks curiosity. He is known for pushing technology to new limits. But what if Elon Musk gave the A-10 Warthog a complete modification? Let's dive into the advanced features of today's most powerful aircraft and see how a brand new Super A-10 Warthog could dominate the skies. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, known as the Warthog, has a reputation for its ruggedness and combat resilience. It's not sleek, not fancy, but it is an absolute workhorse as it is perfectly engineered for close air support. In a combat zone, when the pressure is on and ground troops need help, nothing matches the power of the Warthog. It's built like a flying tank with heavy armor and enough firepower to knock out a whole line of tanks. Designed to dominate the battlefield from above, the Warthog has carved out a unique place for itself in military aviation. The A-10 was developed by Fairchild Republic and first flew in 1972. Its main role is to provide support to ground forces, meaning its pilots need to be right there when needed. This is not an aircraft that hides at high altitudes. Instead, it dives low, facing enemy fire to protect soldiers below. With a maximum speed of about 420 miles per hour, it isn't the fastest aircraft, but its strength is brute force and resilience. In combat, its survival is legendary. This plane can take a hit and still keep going. The fuselage is lined with titanium armor, earning it the nickname, the Flying Bathtub. The armor protects vital systems and the pilot, so even if this aircraft takes damage, it can still bring the pilot back safely. Its backup systems make sure that if one part fails, other systems take over to keep the plane running. This design makes it one of the toughest aircraft ever created, with the ability to fly back to base with extensive battle damage and missing parts, and still be ready for the next mission. One of its most striking features is its 30mm GAU-8/A Avenger cannon, which takes up nearly a third of the aircraft's length. This cannon is not just a weapon, it's the core around which the aircraft is built. Capable of firing 3,900 rounds per minute, the Avenger can easily tear apart armored vehicles and strong buildings. Each round is about the size of a bottle, carrying enough explosive power to penetrate tanks and bunkers. This cannon is a game-changer on the battlefield, as it gives the Warthog an unmatched ability to destroy targets quickly and efficiently. To balance the massive weight and recoil of the cannon, the jet engines are placed high and behind the wings. These twin General Electric TF-34GE100 engines provide 9,000 pounds of force each. They are positioned in a way that shields them from ground fire, reducing the risk of damage. The engines are also designed to keep operating in rough conditions, like sandstorms or dusty environments. They are not as powerful as those found on fighter jets, but they're incredibly reliable. This setup also makes this jet remarkably quiet for an aircraft of its size, allowing it to approach targets with less noise, adding an element of surprise. Another key part of the Warthog's design is how easily it can maneuver. While it's not as fast or agile as a fighter jet, it is built to stay low to the ground. It has large, straight wings that provide stability and control at low speeds. This design allows this jet to perform in areas where other jets might struggle, maneuvering around mountains, trees, and buildings. It can make quick passes over the battlefield, striking targets with deadly accuracy, then pull up and circle back for another attack run. This capability to stay in the fight and provide close, continuous support is invaluable to ground troops. Its wings aren't just for easy movement. They also hold a formidable arsenal of weapons. In addition to the 30mm cannon, it can carry a wide variety of armor on its 11 pylons, including bombs, missiles, and rockets. Each of these weapons serves a specific purpose, allowing it to adapt to different combat situations. Its payload can include guided bombs, cluster bombs, laser-guided missiles, and even electronic countermeasure pods. This versatility means the Warthog can take on everything from armored vehicles to infantry positions, adapting its loadout based on mission requirements. The A-10's cockpit is another key to its combat effectiveness. The pilot sits surrounded by titanium armor with controls specifically designed for close combat. Large, easy-to-read displays provide real-time data on weapons and systems. The seat is slightly raised to give the pilot a better view of the battlefield, making it easier to spot and engage targets. With a display that shows important information right in front of them, the pilot can keep their eyes on the target while flying and fighting. In this cockpit, everything is geared toward close combat efficiency and pilot protection. This plane's radar and sensors are minimal by design. It doesn't rely on high-tech systems to find and destroy its targets. Instead, it's up to the pilot's skill and the aircraft's guns and bombs. This simplicity makes it easy to maintain and cheaper to operate than more complex jets. Maintenance crews can quickly repair and rearm it, making it ready to get back in the fight faster. It's a special method that has kept this jet important on the battlefield for many years. The Warthog has been a staple of U.S. combat operations since it was introduced in the late 1970s. It was first deployed in combat during the Gulf War, where it proved its worth time and again. Flying low and slow, A-10 pilots provide invaluable support to ground forces, taking out tanks, artillery, and even enemy helicopters. In Operation Desert Storm, this aircraft destroyed more than 900 Iraqi tanks and over 2,000 military vehicles, earning it a reputation as one of the most effective aircraft in close air support history. Since then, it has continued to see action in conflicts around the world, including Iraq and Afghanistan. Its ability to fly low and take hits, along with its cost-effectiveness, keeps it relevant even as military technology advances. For the troops on the ground, hearing the roar of the engines means help is on the way. One key reason for the Warthog's unmatched firepower is its impressive ability to handle a range of weapons. It can carry up to 16,000 pounds of additional weapons. That includes a variety of bombs, rockets, and missiles, each selected for different types of targets. Whether the mission calls for a precise strike or widespread damage, the Warthog has an answer. From laser-guided bombs that hit exact targets to rockets that cause widespread damage, the A-10's weapons are both flexible and powerful. This flexibility allows this aircraft to tackle whatever threat comes its way. The U.S. Air Force has thought about replacing the A-10 with newer planes like the F-35 and MQ-9 Reaper, which can perform some of the same tasks as the Warthog. These advanced aircraft bring fresh ideas to air combat, each with a unique approach. While the A-10 is famous for supporting ground troops, the features of the F-35 and MQ-9 have raised questions about whether they are better replacements for the A-10 Warthog. Let's dive in and see what the features of the F-35 and MQ-9 Reaper are, and if they could become the new go-to aircraft. The Lockheed Martin F-35. Lightning II is a state-of-the-art stealth fighter with a unique design aimed at giving the U.S. and its allies unmatched air power. Built to handle a wide range of missions, this jet can perform air-to-air combat, ground attacks, and intelligence gathering, making it a versatile asset on the modern battlefield. What sets this fighter jet apart from older jets is its stealth technology, which makes it extremely hard to detect by radar. Unlike the classic fighter jet design, which focuses on speed and agility, the F-35's shape and materials help it absorb or deflect radar signals, allowing it to slip past enemy defenses unnoticed. This stealth ability makes it one of the most effective jets for operating in heavily defended airspace. It doesn't just rely on high speed to evade threats, it can avoid them altogether by remaining nearly invisible. It is loaded with advanced sensors and computers that give its pilot a complete picture of the battlefield. With its sensors, this aircraft can detect enemy planes and ground targets from far away, sharing this information instantly with friendly forces. This level of situational awareness makes it possible for this fighter aircraft to act as a force multiplier, helping other units on the ground or in the air by providing them with vital information about enemy positions and movements. These sensors are so powerful that this jet doesn't just protect itself, it helps coordinate the entire battle. The cockpit of the F-35 is designed to keep the pilot focused on the mission. It uses a touchscreen display instead of traditional controls, showing everything from flight information to radar data in one place. In addition, it has a unique helmet-mounted display system that shows data directly on the pilot's visor, allowing them to see critical information just by moving their head. The helmet even offers night vision and infrared, which means the pilot can see clearly no matter the time of day or the weather. The helmet is a key part of how this fighter jet operates, giving the pilot a full view of the battlefield without taking their eyes off the target. It is powered by a single Pratt & Whitney F135 engine, which is one of the most powerful engines ever installed in a fighter jet. This engine allows it to fly at speeds over Mach 1.6 and perform a supersonic dash, where it can fly at supersonic speeds without needing afterburners for short bursts. Armed with a wide variety of weapons, the F-35 is well equipped to handle different threats. Inside its stealthy design, it carries missiles and bombs that can be launched without compromising its low radar profile. For missions where stealth is less important, the F-35 can also carry additional weapons on external pylons, giving it more firepower for intense battles. The internal weapons bays hold long-range missiles for air-to-air combat and precision-guided bombs for ground attacks. This flexibility means that it can adapt to different combat scenarios, making it a formidable opponent in the sky and a powerful support aircraft for ground operations. Unlike previous jets, which required long hours of labor and specialized tools to service, this fighter jet has been built to reduce time spent on repairs. Its onboard systems can identify issues and provide diagnostics, which helps maintenance crews quickly address any problems. Some parts of this jet are made to be easily swapped out, which means it can spend less time on the ground and get back in the air quickly. This quick maintenance is important for making sure the F-35 fleet is always ready for action. The MQ-9 Reaper, developed by General Atomics, is a powerful unmanned aerial vehicle used by the U.S. military and allies around the world. Known as a hunter-killer drone, the Reaper is specifically designed for long-endurance, high-altitude missions, providing critical surveillance and precision strikes. Unlike other drones focused mainly on surveillance, this drone is built to carry out combat missions. Its advanced design allows it to fly for hours, watching over vast areas and, when necessary, striking targets with deadly accuracy. This flexibility makes it one of the most valuable assets for modern military operations. It is powered by a Honeywell TPE-331 turboprop engine, giving it more power than its predecessor, the MQ-1 Predator. This engine allows the Reaper to fly at speeds of up to 300 miles per hour and reach altitudes of 50,000 feet, keeping it above the range of most ground-based threats. Its endurance is a standout feature. The Reaper can stay airborne for up to 27 hours, covering large areas and providing constant surveillance or close support to ground forces. This extended flight time allows it to maintain a continuous presence in high-priority zones, ready to react quickly to developing situations. Equipped with a range of sensors and cameras, the MQ-9 is highly effective at gathering intelligence. Its main sensor system is housed in a ball-shaped structure under the nose, which includes an electro-optical camera, infrared sensors, and a laser rangefinder. This combination allows it to identify targets both day and night and in different weather conditions. Its ability to provide live video feeds and real-time data makes it an invaluable tool for commanders on the ground, giving them a clear picture of the battlefield. The data gathered by the Reaper's sensors can also be shared with other units, making it a central hub of intelligence for any operation. In addition to intelligence gathering, the MQ-9 is fully capable of engaging targets. It has a maximum payload of 3,750 pounds, allowing it to carry a variety of weapons. These weapons allow it to strike with precision, targeting enemy vehicles, structures, or even small groups of personnel with minimal risk of damage. The weapons are carefully selected based on mission requirements, giving this powerful drone a better loadout for different combat scenarios. This firepower has made it a go-to choice for targeted strikes in remote or high-risk areas. Pilots and sensor operators control this drone from ground stations, sometimes thousands of miles from the combat zone. Using satellite links, they can maneuver the drone, monitor its sensors, and launch attacks with precision. This remote control system gives this drone a unique advantage, as it doesn't require on-site personnel to operate, reducing risk and costs. The use of remote pilots also means that the Reaper can be deployed to multiple areas quickly, with the same crew potentially controlling different drones over different battle zones. One key benefit of the MQ-9 Reaper is that it's cheaper to operate. Unlike planes with pilots, it costs less and is easier to maintain. It doesn't need fuel for a pilot, special life support equipment, or a lot of extra setup. This affordability lets military forces use several drones at the same time, providing wide coverage over large areas without the high cost of sending out bigger planes. For intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, this efficiency makes the MQ-9 one of the most cost-effective tools available. Though the F-35 can perform multiple roles, including air-to-air combat, ground attack, and reconnaissance, it lacks one important thing the A-10 has, which is the ability to get up close, withstand damage, and provide dedicated support to troops on the ground. This ability to take hits and keep going is a trademark of the A-10 and a feature newer jets aren't designed to prioritize. Also, unmanned drones like the MQ-9 Reaper can perform some tasks as the A-10, such as taking out targets on the ground while keeping pilots out of harm's way. It still lacks the flexibility and quick response of a manned aircraft. When ground troops need immediate support, an A-10 pilot can assess the situation in real time and react instantly, which is challenging for a drone that is controlled with remote control or pre-programmed tasks. There have been talks about retiring the Warthog due to budget. The Air Force continues to invest in it. In recent years, it has undergone upgrades to improve its electronics, communications, and weapon systems. These updates help the A-10 remain useful on the battlefield, enabling it to carry a broader selection of guided weapons and work better with other modern aircraft and ground troops. With new targeting systems, this jet can hit targets more accurately than ever, even in tough conditions. It has also been proposed to use a combined approach, where the A-10 flies alongside drones or more modern jets like the F-35, each bringing its own unique strengths to the battlefield. It will focus on direct, rugged support, while the high-tech jets or drones handle reconnaissance and stealthy operations. This team approach allows the Air Force to maximize its resources by pairing the Warthog's power with the F-35's advanced tech and the endurance of drones. Until a true successor is designed, retiring the Warthog would leave a gap in the U.S. military's close air support capabilities. While new technologies are impressive, they aren't necessarily built to endure the same level of intense combat that this outstanding aircraft was designed for. There is still no other aircraft with the same combination of low-flying, slow-speed maneuverability, heavy armor, and firepower, all of which have made it irreplaceable in many combat situations. For ground troops, the Warthog remains a reassuring sight, as it can stay overhead, respond to immediate threats, and carry out precision strikes with its cannon and other weapons. As threats continue to evolve, a new version of the A-10, next-generation close air support aircraft with modern technologies, is designed to do what the Warthog does best. This Super A-10 Warthog aims to improve the original design, adding improved stealth, speed, and unmanned capabilities without losing the rugged, close support focus. Building a next-generation Warthog would likely require significant funding and years of development, but it would keep the jet legacy alive while adapting to modern requirements. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, though aging, remains a symbol of endurance and dedication in the world of military aviation. It's unclear exactly how long the A-10 will remain in service, but as long as there's a need for close air support, the Warthog is ready to protect troops on the ground. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.